that touches hearts. There's a light to open everyone to love. Love may hold the answer we are looking for. Love may open up another door of light. Oh, there's a light. Oh, there's a light. Open up in everyone. Can you feel it? There's a light to change the world. Won't you be a part of the light? Oh, love, it is the answer now, and we can see love. There's a light. There's a light that shines inside of me. Oh, there's a light. Oh, there's a light that shines inside of you. There's a light in me and you. Oh, there's love.
Sunday fun day, yes indeed. Here we are at the Expedito Enlightenment Center. Phones are ringing here at the center, and we are excited to connect with you. My, oh my. Well, you can't make this up, can you? Here we are in the middle of history. The world is changing. Life as we know it has changed. Seems like it's almost a blink of an eye. But I believe that many of us felt some change was going to come. We as light workers, as beings of light, we cannot run around and say, oh, we're ramping up our frequency, we're shifting energy. We can't expect we're going to say that and nothing happens. So something's happening. And to all of you who are closed up in your homes and feeling a little anxious, this too shall pass. We are here because we are citizens of the planet. And together, as citizens of the planet, we made a conscious choice that we would be here at this time. So if you were not ready for it, if you were not strong enough, courageous enough, intuitive enough, you wouldn't have chose this lifetime to be here. So understand that each one of you, all of us, we have a purpose. And we're all here to make a difference in mankind, in the evolution. Perhaps as humans, the world took a turn and we needed to do a little reset. I've heard many people talking about a reset. Some people talking about the internet being down for 10 days. I don't know where that's coming from. And if we do have a moment of internet silence, you're never silent between your conversation of you and God and the angels. So we'll never be down on frequency, regardless of what happens. We will always be connected. You can pull up in front of your vision the picture of something that you want to connect, and you can feel the person. You can feel the energy of the experience. You can, as they say, teleport somewhere else. What this experience is teaching us is to go within and find the answers for ourselves. Just because it's being said on the television does not always make it the truth. Your truth. It may be someone else's truth, and that's quite all right. But when you look at the numbers climb, and they're climbing, it doesn't have to be. It's not your reality. It's not something that you want to invite into your frequency. So pay attention to what is being in your energetic field at any given time. It's not just about wearing gloves and masks and staying locked up in your home, because we cannot do that forever. Life will resume. It is about knowing how to protect yourself energetically and building an awareness of what feels good for you and what does not. What makes you feel tuned to God and your angels and what does not. What you desire your reality to be and what you do not want. And given this, none of us really want this. True. But here we are. So what can you glean from this experience? What can you take away to improve your personal life? What can you do without? What would you like your life to look forward, moving forward, so that you're always feeling this sense of connection and joy? I know. How, in a time like this, can I talk about joy and happiness? Happiness is an inside job. It is a sense of connectivity, a sense of knowing. So wherever you are connected. Whoever you're with, you're connected. Whatever you're thinking, you're connected. Whatever you're speaking, you're connected. And your feelings are the biggest energetic force of all of that. So fear is asking you to grab hold and lose yourself in it and say, oh no, not today, not on my watch, this can't happen, this is not me. Oh heck no. Because fear does not live here in the being of the soul, because the soul knows, the inner knowing knows that all is well. Even though we're in a pandemic and it appears to be some pandemonium, we can see it, but it doesn't have to be part of your reality. There's a lot of theories out there, a lot of thoughts, and I'm most certainly not here to dismiss anyone's interpretation. But if something doesn't feel right, hear right, see right, then don't buy into it. Hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil. Everything is good. Everything is good because you're good. I know there are things in the world that we all must face. I know there are responsibilities, putting food on the table, bringing money into our homes, paying for the roof over our head, putting gas in our car, paying our car payments, our credit card debt, whatever it may be. But when you peel all that away, first and foremost, being connected automatically makes you good. Being connected automatically tunes you into other blessings, other ways to generate revenue and food and ideas. It's a better way. We've been conditioned to rely on external forces to supply. when all the supplies you need are between you and the heavenly creator. It's your agreement, your covenant. So what have you decided to do during this time? Your family is so important. Your friends. It's your connection to them. And the joy that you bring them during this time. You know, people are getting really creative. They're joining together and singing and dancing. Musicians are streaming. Comedians are telling jokes and trying to lift the spirits. We're seeing our newscasters broadcasting from their living room with their cat walking in front of the computer. I can relate to that. We're seeing people be real, be raw, be authentic. We can't hide behind all the poshness of life because a lot of that has been scaled back. We're seeing that people have real lives and real parts of life, and that no individual is any different than the other. And though our interpretation of this experience, that which we are part of and how we are living it, may be different. It may be based on where you live, maybe your financial wellness. It may be based on the comfortability of your home in a situation such as this. Not everyone is prepared for a catastrophe. Not everyone is ready for a surprise. So what if you weren't ready? What if when you lost your job you don't have much? And now you're in this state of, what am I going to do? I can do it for a day or two, but I can't do it for 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks. And that's when the mind begins to take us down a journey. What a dark path that is. But this is where you get to hunker down and go in your internal bunker and have a conversation with God, because you're wired for survival. And I don't mean fight or flight. I don't mean fear-based. I mean you're wired for creation, for inspiration. There are so many people around you. There are so many people you have helped who have helped you. We have intermingled so much that, well, to our dismay, that helps spread a virus. But those connections are still there. And you don't have to go through this alone. You can lend someone a hand. Someone can lend you a hand. Each one of us has something we're going to have to navigate. Each one of us has obligations and situations that were in motion in the physical world. We've been conditioned that may need us to take a look at it and make a change. Change how we handle it, what we do, or whether we let go and let God. We've become conditioned that the things we have, the home we have, the cars we drive, they define us. But in this darkest hour of mankind, which this is right up there, we are defining ourselves based on our character, based on our capacity to love, to be of service to others. Not by how we handled the catastrophe financially, or whether we had pasta or filet mignon. We're far beyond that right now. It's what did you do for your neighbor? Do you have an extra roll of toilet paper? Do you have a bundle of paper towels? Do you have some extra gloves you can give someone so that when they go out and they have to touch things, they could at least have a pair of gloves on? What do you have that you can give? And if you don't have things, who are you and what can you share of you to make the world a better place? It's not the things you buy for people. It's who you give them as your gift to them. The essence of you. The authenticity, the truth, the beauty, the playfulness, the inspiration, the cheering on, the ability to not take everything personally and allow people to be who they are. We're all handling this crisis in a different way. Not everyone is going to be calm. Everyone processes stress differently. But no matter how you process, I encourage you, go within. Go within and ask God for the answer for you. Not what the newscaster said. What's your answer? Ask God, how shall I provide here in this physical embodiment? How can I care for my family? Ask God. And then give it to God. And if you don't have an answer that comes to you in your intellectual mind or that pops up undeniably within your knowing, then there'll be a knock on the door. There'll be someone who God will send as the angel to brighten your day, to make a difference, to say, hey, do you need anything? Maybe you've always been the person who's done for everyone else. And now you feel alone. And maybe, just maybe, your ego, yeah, that pesky little personality of an ego, is making it difficult for you to say, help. Like the Beatles say, help, I need somebody, help. Not just anybody, help. You can ask for assistance. And not everybody will be able or maybe even willing. And judge them not, because that's where they are. But don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid in a time like this, when the whole purpose of this experience, I know we'll hear many reasons why we're going through this spiritually, but the real purpose, the whole purpose, is to connect us to love, to connect us to God, to connect us to life in its simplicity, the actual blessing of the breath of life, that which we take for granted. And the things that we've chosen to do to our physical body, that now looking back, oops. We just all started to get on board that the body was a temple a few years ago. Now we have the health craze. And people are using it as great opportunities to build businesses and inspire others. But there's so many that have not regarded the body as sacred. And now the physical vehicle required to carry the soul, the spirit, the heart of you is being compromised. What have you taken for granted? And no, this is not a punishment from God. We're not being punished. It's an experience, one that you are equipped to handle. Even if when you look at the physical challenges you may have right now, you don't know how you will handle, the how is up to God. That's God's job. If you, the human, have no answers, then let God handle it. Talk to your angels. But do what you know to do. It is a time to find your inner strength. It is a time for you to sort through information that is being conveyed to you and literally put it in a yay or nay pile. This is part of my reality, this is not. This is my interpretation, this is not. This is applicable to me, this is not. And I don't mean the medical guidelines of hand washing and staying home and doing your best to not spread this. It doesn't mean because you feel you in your lifetime are not meant to endure this, which many will know that to be their truth, that you run around recklessly, subjecting yourself to the possibilities. You just adhere what's best for you and follow the necessary guidelines, knowing that everything else will work out. For many businesses, it was difficult to close doors. There was a sense of letting people down, a sense of laying off employees and causing a disruption in people's livelihoods. But there also was a responsibility that had to be taken. And each person had to do what they needed to do at a time. But rest assured, there's, especially in the small business arena, there's not a small business owner that closed their doors that didn't sit there and say, oh, here we go. Because there's so much associated with a small business. There isn't a person who made the decision to know their parent is in a nursing home and say, well, I can't go see them, and the nursing home locked down because it's better for the patients. It's better for the residents. Those were hard decisions, but necessary ones. Sometimes in life we have to take decisions that are our least favorite, but we know it's better for the greater good. And this is an opportunity for mankind to excel and to go for the greater good, to serve us as a whole, not just an individual, me, mine, my world, my family. We each have a great opportunity to be of service to mankind simply by the choices we make today, tomorrow, and the days to come as to whenever this comes to a close. And explore your gifts. Because the choices you make now open up new doors of inspiration and transformation. It's not just an elevation of frequency. It's an opportunity to be an active member of your personal transformation. Many times we give our personal transformation over to someone else, a spiritual guru, leader, a yoga instructor, a physical instructor for workouts, a nutritionist, a doctor. We have to go outward to create the shift inward. Well, everyone, there's no outward. There may be those you can reach by phone who can guide you and nudge you. But right now, each person is being asked to go in and look at what requires transformation and apply the skill set that you already have. That which you've learned through this existing life and that which is already pre-wired within. It's so amazing. It's so amazing that each one of you has so much more than you ever imagined. You have untapped gifts and abilities. A whole new life can come from this for you. You could be the next inventor, the next artist. You could be the next, well, whatever you want it to be. You can do that. In just this short time, a whole new world could be created just for you. Your reality could change. And right now, I know that many of us are looking at our reality as how we think it will change moving forward once we come out of this pandemic? Do you really know? You don't. As a whole, we will view things differently because we will have the conditioning and the memory of this experience moving forward. It could be our educator. It could be our defeater. We could allow it to make us a victim, or we can allow it to propel us to our own individual and collective victory. What do you choose? I choose victory. I choose a new paradigm, a new way of being, a kinder, loving, more gentle earth that respects Mother Nature even more, honors the animal planet, blesses our waters, and cares for the human physical body, and is open to a new way of thinking and being. And perhaps new careers will be born from this, new ideas, an opportunity to be more creative and not look at life as this mundane activity that we do day in and day out. We get up, we get our life going, we go to work, we earn a paycheck, we come home, we get life going at home, and then we use the money we earn to pay the bills that we have become enslaved by, and start all over again the next day. It's a chance for you to decide moving forward how you want to live your life. And when this is done, am I saying that the very next day life will go back to normal, but a better normal? We're going to ease into it like anything. And in the transitionary time, it's so important that you don't readapt the old habits, the old ways of thinking and being and treating others, and how you even look at money. We look at money as I do, I get, I do, I get. We don't look at abundance as this ever-flowing, energetic being that is always available to us, this energetic frequency that is always provided. You think you, the person, are the one doing it. I go to work and I earn my paycheck. You are blessed to be a physical being that has talents and gifts that can generate revenue. But go beyond that now. Don't be enslaved to the day-to-day routine, because as we've all seen, every one of us, when you break the routine and we go to change it and there is no routine, we don't know what to do with ourselves, do we? Some of us are going out of our minds, pacing back and forth, wondering when is it going to end, what's going to happen, what am I going to do when I come out of it? You can use that thought process if that makes you feel better. But I believe if you go to the thought of, okay, I've got some downtime, can't do anything about what's going on now, can't change it, but what would I like to change? If I had a magic wand, if I could paint the walls white and start all over again in my life, what could it look like? This is an opportunity, a reset, a redo. It's a big moment. And I feel like we're being bombarded by the big moment of fear, the big bad wolf, the big bad virus. I feel like we're being bombarded by that more than we are being made aware that beneath the surface lie opportunities for greatness. Beneath the surface lies an opportunity to really be the person you've always wanted to be. For some of you, maybe your job won't resume for quite a while, and you'll be forced to reinvent yourself. For others, there's a different way of approaching your task of job as you move forward. Some of you always wanted to work from home. How's that working for you these days? Not as easy as you thought. And how close is that refrigerator to your desk? Yeah, there are challenges from working from home. But now you get to see a different way of being, an easier way of being. And now society as a whole is going to morph. The workplace will morph, how we interact with each other. But it doesn't mean that we'll always have a 6-foot rule, social distancing. It means that we will be made more aware, and it's interesting that it's 6 feet, and I want to draw your attention to that. Your auric energy goes about 3 to 6 feet. What this is teaching you is, who am I allowing to come into my energetic circle? And are we a vibrational match? And is that an energetic exchange I want in my life? I know they're giving you medical reasons why you want to keep your distance. And I get it. But what are the energetic components of this experience? What can you glean from this? How important is your energetic field, your aura? And have you even given that any thought? Have you ever stopped to think that when you walk into a building or a retail store and you're standing next to someone and you start to feel uncomfortable and tight, that maybe it's the energy of that person is clashing with yours? That doesn't mean that you have to say, hey, you've got bad energy. It means there's a difference in frequency of each individual. It means that at that moment, you take a step and you create more energetic space. And when you create space, you allow the divine energy to flow around you, inspire you, protect you. You see, we've all been in each other's business so much. We all think we know it, right? We all know everything. Telling everyone what to do, where to go, how to put it together, collaborating. But sometimes the energy is squeezing out the connectivity. And this is giving us an opportunity to deepen the connection, to explore possibilities, and to go into our heart space, to clear out our solar plex, to clear out those power struggles that maybe you've been having for quite some time. Just clean it out. Cut the cords of energy that bond you to other people. Let's cut it. That old person that you still think about that isn't in your life after all these years, make peace with it and let it go. They're not in your life because they're not meant to be in your life. That old job or thing you love to do that you evolved and now have left behind, but you're still holding on to the memories, take the joyous feeling of that past experience and translate it into the new version of you. But don't keep looking back. Look forward. Look beyond where we are now. For where we are now will pass. Envision a better future. And please, remember, it's the power that you are is the power of our planet. And we are not just citizens of a country. We are not just people of a state trying to block each other off and cut things out. We are citizens of one whole planet. And say to yourself, I am a citizen of this planet. I am a citizen of the planet, and my energy, my frequency, my voice, my thoughts, my feelings, they count, they matter. And they are the tool, the greatest tool to create the shift of change. Isn't that what we want to create? Isn't that what we want to shift? You don't have the tools to defeat a virus. but you've got the energy and the power to transmute it and change the world just by what you think, by what you feel, by what you say, by the energy of love, by adhering to honoring the physical body, the temple that is the expression of God. It is your opportunity to make a difference. And no, someone may not ever know your name, and they may not know who you are and how you sat in your room and envisioned a better world and thought of love and peace and health and healing and the little faces of children and animals, and saw the beautiful waters clean and purified, and the sky bluer than blue, and the moon brighter than bright, and the sun strength and warmth. No one will ever know what you thought and felt in these days, but you will. God will. And the frequency will shift, and everything will change. Yes, we're practicing what they're asking us to do. But if you practice what Spirit is suggesting, envisioning, shifting, holding the energy differently, then whatever that curve is that we're heading for, we can cut it. We can shift it. We can transmute it. We can annihilate something that scientists can't even wrap their heads upon, because we are choosing a different path, a different frequency. And we're choosing the force of love, which in essence, light, love, God, synonymous. They are the same word. They have the same frequency. They have the same meaning. So when you invoke the power of God, when you say, I am a child of light, when you say, I am love, you're invoking the force that fuels an entire universe. A universe, by the way, that has millions and millions of irises. They too serve a place. Although going through this, we're scratching our heads going, really? What? But you have a power to choose the power of love over fear, to choose a good mindset, safe practices, and inspiration and creativity. You have that power. You are not powerless because you were told to go in your house and stay there. They actually gave you back your power. You just don't know it yet. You haven't figured that out yet. But it's your power. You're in your own sanctuary, your own inner being, your own inner knowing. And I'm sorry, if you don't look in the mirror and don't like yourself, then learn to love yourself. If you don't like what's looking back at you, this is your time to change. If you don't feel that you've lived your purpose, this is the time to get on board. If you don't believe that you're capable of letting go of the past, well, it's you and your past locked up in your room right now. So if there was ever a time to work on cutting the cords, I seriously advise you to let it go. To let it go and honor you. To nurture the inner self, the inner knowing, the inner child that has only come for love. And sometimes, some of us, depending on our lives, well, we think we got a raw deal. We didn't really get much love. Maybe that's your story. And this is the power to give you the power not only to love yourself and to forgive the experiences, but to feel an unprecedented, wonderful flowing amount of love for mankind. To be able to, even though you know not what it is to walk in another's shoes, to feel empathy and compassion and truly send love. Not the love that has been projected by movies and television. Mwah, love you, baby, love you, baby. The love that needs no words. The love that can be felt in that 3 to 6 foot auric energy everywhere you go. The love that is magnetic, that requires no touch. It's just felt by all who surround you. Because you truly, in this time up on our planet, have chosen to be a child of love. Not a child of fear and conditioning and hate and judgment, but a child of love and creativity and light and compassion and empathy and awareness. Everyone, it's your time to shine. And those of you on the feed who've been saying, I'm a light worker, well, shine your light. For there is a light. There's a light in you, there's a light in me, and there's the greatest light shining down upon our planet right now. So you can choose to dig into the news or tune up to the light. Your choice. A little bit of information is really all you need. Grab the valuable information, whatever you can fit in a little box. That's all you need, and do the work. Celebrate life. Celebrate you. And know that everything will be all right. And eventually, this too shall pass. We are love, and we are light. And we are here. We are here to be of service to you on our Sunday Fun Day. We packed up our cars and headed over, adhering social distancing, set up our center so that we could continue to broadcast to all of you and connect. Because that frequency that we send out, that frequency that you send back to us, that's the frequency that's shifting the planet. And we believe that. We know that to be true. And each one of us is navigating change. But there's a certain level of love and light that requires consistency, discipline. You need to be consistent. And so we, in this time, have chosen to sustain and maintain our consistency, our availability, our reachability. And we're working on ways to become even more reachable, available, connected to you. And we're grateful that we, if you want to talk curve, we've been ahead of the curve. And we established a rapport through various social media networks so that we can stay connected and that you know that we're here for you. And here to answer your questions, of which there are many. But when you're asking your questions, and I haven't looked at the feed to see the questions that are there, but when you're asking your questions, think about what question you really want to ask. Do we want to ask that same old question about that same old partner that's still not getting a clue because they may be part of the reason why you are locked up by yourself and they're over there? So you could take a good look at whether you really ever want to go back over there. So think about your questions. What is for your highest good? What would be the greatest bit of insight Spirit could give you right now during these unprecedented, challenging times? What's the message that will take you to your next level? What's the question that's in your heart, that's in your soul? Well, your soul has the answers, but your soul's prompting the question going, hello? We got more important fish to fry, whether your boyfriend's coming back. This is an opportunity for you to be the person you've always come to be. What question is important to you? And what messages does Spirit have for us collectively as a conscious group? We're going to take a look at that. We're going to tune in and put our, well, we're going to put some cards down and we're going to tune in, and I think we'll hear some songs and get some music from Spirit. I'm pretty sure we've got a lot coming for you today. But what answer, what guidance do you seek today that can best create the energy in order for you to move forward in this experience and not be the victim of the circumstance, but be the victor of the experience and let it raise you to new heights? I know this is not for the faint of heart, this whole experience. But again, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be a part of this global experience if you were not ready to do it. So have some faith in yourself. Have some faith in mankind. Believe that that which you cannot see, that you believe in, is greater than that which you think you see that is filled with fear. Choose wisely. It'll make all the difference moving forward. So we are here at the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. I am SarahSpiritual. Glad to have you on board. We've got a couple of different cards here. I'd like to change them up. I've got hundreds of decks here at the Expedito Enlightenment Center. So we like to pull some cards and make some connections for all of you. And I'm going to answer your personal questions all across the globe. We're going to be answering questions. So I'm going to take a minute and kind of shuffle up some cards. In the meantime, we're going to kind of pass it over to the, I guess, Helena cam maybe, and see what's going on with Miss Helena, because she set us up today and we were doing some important talk about some website stuff a little earlier. So we are sharing the light and the love. Helena, how you doing?
I had to get Helena cam up. My mic wasn't turning on. I wasn't ready for Helena cam. I was so in the stream of the consciousness of everything that you were just saying that I was just like, yeah, we're definitely feeling it out here and in the Facebook stream for sure.
Great, great. I haven't had a chance to see everyone's comments, but I look forward to seeing that.
I'll read some actually real quick.
Yeah.
Here, Suzanne Harvey says, I am the victor of the experience.
Love that. Thank you, Suzanne.
Shirley sharing victory. Juan Love says, Sarah is the truth. And I also liked this from Sarah N. Be the best version of yourself that you can be.
Be the best version. This is an opportunity to be that. You know, it reminds me of, and I think we've all had this moment, so let's all be human for a second. Like totally human, like totally. You go to work, there's that one person at the job. You know what I'm talking about. That person? Jeez. You walk in, I mean, we used to have, when I worked at a company called Source One, it was one of my offshore outsourcing companies that I was a part of, there was this lovely, she was a lovely, hardworking woman named Fran. And I would walk in, good morning, Fran. Morning. So I'd stop at the front desk and chat with her. Do you know I would walk away from that desk going, I don't even know why I bothered to make conversation. You know, we all have one of those people or someone else that's just a different vibe than we are, and they leave you shaking your head. Guess what? You don't have to deal with that right now. You can put yourself on an energetic lockdown and not have to engage with frequencies that aren't really working for you. And give yourself the opportunity to be the best person you could be. And I did that for months. And I decided one day that I was just going to say hello and not engage and not be attached, because I would walk away going, geez, I was just trying to be nice. Well, apparently she didn't want me to be nice. And yet, she had some interesting, very good things that she had said to me over time in her own way, but my way was not her way. And sometimes we have to get used to that. And when we take a bunch of personalities and put them together in a workplace, which now we're not all crowded in there together, we realize we can all play together, but we don't have to all agree, nor do we all have to behave the same way. I think, Helena, you've gone through that at your job too sometimes, right?
I am still going through that at my job. Lots of filtering of personalities and
Lots of filtering.
experiences.
And those of you who are new to working at home, I've been blessed to have a lot of opportunities in my work career to work from home. But it takes some getting used to, and it does take discipline. And then, of course, many people have other family members home, so it's not like you're just the only person working from home. And kids and pets, and it's interesting. So it's actually teaching us how to separate ourselves from the outside chatter and be able to focus truly in prayer, in meditation, and even in your work. So those of you who are mastering your meditative state, you're just going to use that same ability to disconnect from outside and use that for all of your energy to do your work. So that's how it's going to work. So we've got some cards here. We've got our Raphael cards. We've got our Life Purpose cards. We've got our Angel of Atlantis cards. We pulled out some new cards today. Helena's like, let's play with this, SarahSpiritual. Let's play with this.
Yeah.
Let's play with this. So she kind of hooked us right up.
I was feeling angels, and then life purpose. I feel like everyone's kind of like, what the heck's going on? So those cards might give us some good
They
clarity.
might come in handy. So we're going to start to pull for the collective conscious group. The purpose behind this, we're going to take 3 from our life purpose pile. And then we're going to go to our Angels of Atlantis. And we'll get to show you the cards so that you can see what they look like when we go to put them out. We've got a card cam here, which is always good. And then after we pull from our Atlantis cards, we're going to step into the energy of our Raphael cards, because what the world needs now is love, sweet love, and we also need a little bit of healing. So we're going to take our Raphael cards and see what Raphael has to say to us all here on earth. Because if we ever needed our angels to help us heal, now's the time. And we got love energy here too. We got our love cards off to the side, but we're not going to play with those yet. We're going to start with our life purpose cards. And the first one is writing. Heal, inspire, and teach and entertain with words you write. So they are asking us to write. So those of you who have been wanting to write a book, wanting to journal, get some great inspired moments, I want you to write them down. Now's the time to write out your feelings, because we're all talking about it. We're all hearing it. We're being bombarded. But just because you're in conversation with someone doesn't mean you're expressing your innermost feelings about that. And so we're going to learn to write our thoughts and emotions. And that's this card right here. And then we're going to step into our next card, which is study. Reading, research, and education will help you gain confidence and clarity about your career. But for a lot of us, it's studying who we are. It's studying something having to do with our spiritual journey. It's if you needed to read a book to advance yourself spiritually or to advance yourself in your career. Or some of you are ready to take your next step and you're like, I don't have time to study, to take my certification, to be a nurse, or to take my bar exam, and I've got to get ready and I don't have time. Well, guess what? All you got is time right now. So get out your book, lock yourself. I don't care if you have to sit in the tub with the curtain closed, and lock the bathroom door. Study. This is your time to study. And the next is support. Your life purpose fully supports you. Your life purpose fully supports you. And what they're saying to us here is, you're already supported. Your soul, your angels, everything on this planet is already in place to support your purpose. The only thing holding it up is you. You need to get on board and say, I'm going to discover my purpose. Because I know a lot of people say, I don't know what my purpose is. I can assure you, I didn't even know what my purpose was, and if anyone said to me, "What's your life purpose?" I would have went, "Ruh-roh, I don't know what my purpose is. I'm going to work. Got a great job." I thought that was my purpose. I like helping people, but I didn't know what purpose was. And now I know what purpose was. And a lot of great spiritual people, when they tell you their story, they tell you how they kind of hit bottom in some way or experienced something that was their own personal catastrophe or tragedy. And that's what woke them up. Well, this is a major awakening for the entire planet. So we're going to see a lot of people have an aha moment as to what their purpose is. So we thank you for these purpose cards because they are powerful. And we're going to go to our Angel of Atlantis card. And we've got Archangel Uriel, and Uriel is saying, bam, we got abundance, people. Abundance is coming. We may be looking at the lack, we're looking at the loss of job, loss of business. We are looking at those things. But don't put your attention on it. It is there, but it is temporary. And I want you to trust that this is a clearing and something even greater and better and bigger is coming. And even for those of you who may not have the job you had before to go back to, this is your chance to create an abundant, fulfilled life, to shift yourself. So again, this quiet time can be used to embrace fear or to embrace the faith and the creativity that comes with discovering your purpose and realizing that you are abundant beyond measure. You know, birds, bugs, everything, they don't worry about how they're getting fed. They just figure it out. If they're that well-versed, I think we as humans better get on board. And then we have Archangel Zachiel from the cards of the Atlantis Angels. And this is our gratitude card. So we've got to have some gratitude. We've got to be grateful. Again, I don't believe that this is a punishment to mankind, but it's an opportunity for us to look at being more grateful and how we can incorporate gratitude and blessings in everything we do. So it's an important time for you. And here is your gratitude card from the Angels of Atlantis. And last is Shamel. And Shamel is beginnings. And how appropriate are these cards for the group? We have beginnings. We are going to have a new beginning when this comes. When it's all done, we've got a new beginning. And in this new beginning, we're going to have an opportunity to shift things. And I want to show everybody my nails, actually. I'm going to have a girl moment. Because if you look at my nails, what we wanted to do is we wanted to create the world in my nails. I wanted to look like Mother Earth looks from space. So we created this look on my nails so I would look like Mother Earth. So this is what we put together for you. We wanted to have a little sense of the world, and I wanted the world to be in my hands. I wanted to hold the world in my hands. I want to be a part of the world. I want you all to be a part of the world. So go ahead, draw the world on your hands. Get your little kids to pencil it in if you don't have nail polish, and make it happen. Of course, this was nail polish and foil and all sorts of cool stuff. But please, embrace the world in your hands. I want you to see, what's that song? He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole wide world in his hands. I want you to see the world is your oyster, everyone. Discover the treasure. There are pearls of greatness and wisdom waiting for you in this experience. And I'm not giving you fluff. I'm not saying, oh, it's going to be great. Everything's going to be wonderful. I'm a spiritual person. We're just so happy. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying we're going to pass through this, but out of this will come great things. But you choose whether it comes great, or kind of great, or a rough, rocky start. But it's up to you how you interpret it. Now we've got our Raphael card, and here's a very powerful card, detoxification. The planet is detoxifying. See the purple energy all around this card here? The planet's detoxifying. It's the perfect time for us to detoxify. I know we're locked in your house, so I'm sure you're sitting going like, what can I eat? But once you get done eating and tasting a whole bunch of things maybe you don't normally get to eat, then use this time. You don't have to worry about your work schedule. You don't have to worry about, I think you're home. Most of us are home. So if you're home and you've got that opportunity, do a fast or do a cleanse or do some juicing. Detoxify and purify your body. It's an opportunity to, not just because we want to ramp up our immune system, but we want to honor the temple and we want to reset our bodies for a better connection to spirit. And here it's saying avoid allergens. So we want to be careful. You know, a lot of us are doing a lot of cleaning right now. You want to avoid the allergens. You want to be careful not to trigger and use harsh chemicals. I know we've got to use some strong things to clean, but use things that are going to be safe for you, that are going to be thorough in the cleaning, and avoid any allergens and toxins in your body. So it's interesting. It's talking about a lot of toxicity. And guys, you can't beat this. You ready for this, Helena? Archangel Raphael says, Dear God and Archangel Raphael, thank you for your miraculous intervention and healing energy which has restored the health in the name of mankind. Here we go. That is our Expect a Miracle card that we're ending our group reading for everyone with. Expect a miracle. So wow, wow, wow. Expect a miracle no matter what's going on right now. Just know that God's got this. He's got it. He's got us in the palm of the hand of God. Expect a miracle. I'm just going to leave that there for a little bit because I just need to look at that because we're expecting a miracle. We are expecting a miracle here. And we're happy to have you join us here. People are saying love conquers everything. Someone's asking me, who am I channeling tonight? You know, I've been tuned up and fine-tuned and been working with the Ascended Masters for years and teaching an apprentice program on Thursday nights, so I'm sure I'm extra tuned up. And Helena, you got any comments to that?
I actually said, my response was, it's definitely a gang of Ascended Masters because I am freezing right now, and it's really not that cold in here air temperature wise, but
no,
I
not.
feel like I'm sitting on ice.
You feel like you're sitting on ice, huh?
Yeah, yeah, very much so.
And we got lights here, so you should be a little toasty.
I should be sweating, but I feel like I'm on ice.
Oh well, if I start sweating, we'll be like, woo, Sarah. I don't know, guys. We're in this together, and you all are getting messages. It's just trust the messages. That's why, look, Life Purpose was telling you to write. Journal, write. Write down what you think. You may think, oh, I had a crazy idea. It's not so crazy. You know a crazy idea I had 13 and a half years ago? To open a place. Crazy. In a state where I knew no one. Crazy. Like from a marketing business point of view, I would have been like, you don't even know your demographics. I didn't poll demographics. I didn't do research and data. I just opened a place. And people came. So when it's a divine guided idea, it's just going to work. There's some things you want to work on. And, you know, I still stand by my decision. Now, I had to close my place too right now. We're open for online sales. I'm doing phone sessions and Skype. I've always done that. But I also see people here in my physical center. We also have shoppers that come in here by order of the governor and what I felt was a socially responsible choice. We had to close on Thursday. And here's a space that I'm responsible for. But we're trusting the process, and you know, we'll all pull together. This is everyone's place. This is a sanctuary. So together we're going to overcome this, and we will rise above. And if you have never been here, you got to come. The energy is powerful. It's got this great feel. I don't know, Helena, if you're able to put a picture in the feed.
Of what?
The violet ray of energy outside the center.
Oh, let me see what I can do for you guys.
Yeah, put that up for everyone to see, and then I'm going to kind of start to look at the comments, and we're going to answer some questions. Helena you gave me some pendulums to play with here.
Yeah.
We have some beautiful pendulums. We've got this amethyst and clear quartz with silver pendulum. I'll put it on your little cam here, Helena. And we've got copper and amethyst here. So these are some really pretty.
Pull it back a little.
pull it back a little. I will pull it back.
If it lets me, it doesn't want to show it right now. Hang on a second. Oh, I see why. Because I'm doing two things at once.
All right, there
See
we
what
go.
happens?
See what
No, I'm
happens?
kidding.
So
Yeah,
I love
was-
these.
Yeah.
These are beautiful.
I was watching an old Sunday Fun Day of ours on YouTube, and you had two pendulums going. One was spinning one way, one was spinning the other, and we were clearing energy for people.
Oh, we were electric. Yes, we've got a lot of energy to clear here. Absolutely. Marlena Crow says, "Got to believe in your dreams and go after them." Marlena Crow is powerful being. I mean, she's gone through some trials and tribulations, and I applaud her. And, Spirit said trust, everything's going to happen and come together. And even Marlene, if at this moment you're feeling a little off or you're hitting a bump, everyone's hitting a little bump in the moment right now. We're just feeling a little, whoo, what's going on? Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. He's not the great, powerful Oz. The virus is not this powerful thing that's going to totally destroy mankind. It's creating a punch, and I'm not going to minimize it. But I want you all to know that you're strong. And if you say, I am surrounded by divine light, love, and energy, and I am divine health, and you invite health into your body and take the proper measures. So how many of you have vegetables every day? How many of you are eating fast food and food that isn't rich in nutrients? It's just dead energy. The more blessed energy you put in your body, the better. Bless your food before you put it in your mouth. Bless it. Do everything to bless yourself. We're going to be tapping in, tuning in. We're going to work with the angels, the guides. If a loved one comes through, we're going to pass a message. I will tell you, I've noticed the energy's been a little dense passing through for me to access everything, because it's all everyone's fear and stuff. So let's all take a nice deep breath. And let's just say, I am. I am. And let's kind of open up with that a little bit, because I just want us to all kind of tune in. I want you to think about your question. I want you to think about what you desire. I want you to think about everything that's beautiful and bright in life. Let's raise our frequency and our vibration and say, I am. I am. I am. Just keep opening it up. Keep saying, I am. And I'm going to just kind of open up the space a little bit more. And I'm going to give you this. I am light. I am peace. I am beauty in everything I do and say. I am love. I am light. I am. Hold on to the beauty of the I am. I am. Raise your frequency, and when you say, I am, and you don't have to sing it, just say, I am. From your heart center, feel your energy rising up through your throat chakra, above your head, raising this beautiful tube of beautiful love light until you feel yourself connect with God and the angels. Just do that. Just lift yourself up. I am. And feel that energy coming up into your Godhead. Just feel it all going in to connect with the universe. And we are one. And I think we're ready. You got some good questions here for everyone?
That's what I'm lining up here.
You're lining up the questions. Let me say hi. Who we got here?
I also got that picture of the center on there.
Yes, let's pop in that picture of the center for everyone to see.
Got you in that picture.
Yep, that's the purple light outside the energy. It's a beautiful purple. You can see the purple radiance and how it's like kind of touching outside. That is the energy of our center. It's so strong in here, it permeates all the way outside the door. And you actually, I've been told, You can feel it and sometimes see it all the way from a major roadway for miles. It's that powerful where we reside. This energy is that powerful. Let's do some questions. Let's pull some cards. Don't forget, I got my love cards. Love Shack. Baby Love Shack. We got love. I know everyone's all shacked up right about now. There's going to be a lot of babies coming out of this, I think. That's my prediction.
You know,
Babies and puppies and kittens and all good stuff here.
it's definitely one thing to prepare for in a time like this. Make sure you're all prepared in all aspects.
Okay, who do we have here?
I'm going to Laura Tortoriello.
Okay, Laura.
Is this a new work opportunity, a test, just more of the same working just to pay bills, or something I should pursue that can lead to something more fulfilling?
I actually feel, Laura, that this work opportunity is not necessarily more of the same, but an opportunity for you to fine-tune what you desire your life to be like and open a door to be more fulfilling. I do not believe that this job itself, on its own, is going to fulfill your purpose or open up the doorway for everything you've ever wanted, but it's a good stepping stone. I hear a caution note regarding this opportunity from Spirit, and the caution note is they're saying, okay, careful that you're putting your foot upon a stable ground of an organization, so that as you're using this as your stepping stone, you're actually putting your foot on solid ground. And this is not a reflection on you, but the organization with which you're choosing to engage and become employed. So use this opportunity to evaluate their organization, do your due diligence. Do you want them? It's great when they want you, but do you really want them? It is an opportunity as a stepping stone, but something's making me feel like something's not lined up perfectly in their organization. So I want you to have an idea of where you go from there. It is a stepping stone, is a transition. But if the transition seems unstable or would be too short-lived to meet your goals and aspirations as a human and the process of life, then pull back. There's definitely new opportunities coming for you. And I can tell you this. Last year, I don't know what you went through, but Spirit makes me feel like you had the world kind of shook a little underneath you. Not that anything could shake more than we're shaking in 2020. But 2020 for you represents a new beginning. I know, woohoo, 2020, happy new beginning, honey. But after we pass through this, I got to tell you, it's going to be a whole new slate for you. Not because of what's going on planetarily, it's what's part of your journey. This is your journey moving forward. So, and I'm going to tell you 2021 is going to be a powerful, powerful year for you, and you will be stepping into a full recognition of purpose and passion and moving forward in that direction. So do your research, due diligence on that company, move forward. If it feels solid, it is not completely more of the same. It is a transitionary stepping stone to take you where you ultimately want to be, which is what you're redefining right now. Thank you so much, Laura, for that Facebook question. Who else do we have?
Next, I have Jolie Joy Hassan asking,
Yes.
do you see a self-employment option for her this year?
I do see self-employment. I'm going to put you in the September, October, November time for that, but you have to decide and fine-tune what that self-employment is going to look like. You're a little too wishy-washy, a little too all over the place. You haven't said, this is what I want to do. And actually, your question reminds me that even though I have my apprentice class, my next class has got to be my business class, because we need to teach people how to promote and market themselves and how to create business. And we've successfully done that. I have a lot of my students who have taken my business class, and they are marketing themselves, they have businesses, and they're moving forward. So yes, I do see an opportunity for you, Jolie Joy Hessen, but I want you to understand a little bit more what it is you want to accomplish as a self-employed being, so that you have some specificity moving forward. Thank you. Who else do we have?
Next, I have Lisa McIntyre asking,
Lisa, yes.
am I going to get better in my healing health?
Lisa, I feel like the past 4 years have been a bit challenging for you health-wise. And when I look at this energy around you, I feel like this is a great time for you to heal from a soul level. I feel like some of the health issues are not just limited to this lifetime, but they're accumulation of past lives, and your soul has carried them through this lifetime for you to heal. And 2020 is a year of soul dive, soul purpose, soul recognition, being one with the divine self that you've come to be. So I want you to really embrace this, Lisa, and work on a soul level of healing your inner child, working with your higher self, because the root of some of this malaise, they tell me, in the body is rooted in a lot of emotion, a lot of energy, and a lot of energy that is transformed from one lifetime to another. So we encourage you to work with Archangel Raphael, and I do have energetic rejuvenation sessions that I do, and I would love to work with you, and I also have soul sessions. So if that's something that you feel it resonates with you, I'd love to help you with the soul integration process, and we can put that up right here in the feed, the soul integration, and we can also put up the energetic rejuvenation, which will help rebalance the energy and the emotions that are kind of stuck in your energy so that you can have a better healing. Yes, it's going to be a better health healing time for you. You've got a little more work to do, my friend, so just keep going. Who else do we have?
Next I have Suresh.
Suresh.
What career will make me successful in the long run? Which resonates with my soul and life purpose?
So Suresh, the first thing I see here is you're very good at managing groups, projects, people. You're kind of thinking one way or the other, so sometimes it's a little rigid, but at the same time you have the divine energy of the greater good. And people like you, they're drawn to you. You have credibility here. And I will tell you that this year is a year of great expansion, leading you into next year of creativity. So I see you doing best managing projects that benefit people and mankind as a whole. So take a purpose, a passion, something that you love, that you feel is going to benefit others, and set up, and this is how I see it, almost like fruit on the tree, bubbles and groups of people that are going to be doing something representing the concept that you create, and there would almost be like your ambassadors. That's how I see it for you, because you have come, Charisse, to be an ambassador for mankind, and you're very intellectual and you can put the pieces together, and that which is not your core competency, some of those aspects your ambassadors can use as the expression of it. So thank you so much, Charisse, for your Facebook question. Thank you. Who else do we have?
Next, I want to go to Eileen DeLuca asking, will I be able to buy a house instead of renting?
Eileen DeLuca, you will be buying a house. You know, when I look at this time for you, we're closing out the way life has been for you, not because of what we're going on a planetary level, but because this is part of the journey. You can hear the phones are ringing here right now. So the part of the journey for you lets me know that as I close you out of this year, I don't know when your lease is up, but ideally in my world, your lease is up November, December, January, February, in that window, because that's what opens up the portal of transition for you to achieve a new house, a new way of being. So I want you to be open to that, and I want you to move yourself in that direction. And if you have to renew a lease, perhaps before that, perhaps you can negotiate something that's a shorter term so that you have a sense of urgency and a plan. I know we're getting finances together, Eileen DeLuca, but I do see that there's an opening for you then. But yes, we will transition from renting to something, and I'm going to say this to you, and I say it to everyone, keep it simple, people. We are learning that more is not necessarily better. Yes, we all want pretty great things, but keep it simple, a nice spot, something that's your personal sanctuary, Eileen DeLuca. So yes, good luck, and invite me over for a cup of tea or a glass of wine in your new place. Thank you so much for your Facebook question. Who else do we have?
Next, I have Clara, and Clara's planning to move to another city during the summer, should she, and does she have the blessing from her angels?
Okay, Clara, let me take a look here. Clara, I don't know where you are now, and we want to have people tell me where you are when you give us your messages. Like, let me know if you're in the U.S., what city you're in, what country you're in. We always like to know, so make sure you put that in your question. But Clara, I do feel, and I feel like the city that you move to is going to be a better fit for you vibrationally, and I feel like you do have the blessing from your angels, and also you're following your inner prompting, like you're kind of being pushed to leave where you are because there's something better waiting for you. I feel like when you move, great expansion occurs for you, and it's almost like things fall into place and kind of come together. And then next year, you'll have a couple of shifts that might feel a little bumpy in the process because you'll be clearing out old energies. But by 2022, sugar, you're golden. It's a great, great time to be you. So everything you're doing now is preparing you for 2022. That's the best way I can describe it to you. So if you're feeling the prompting and the push, go. And ain't no stopping you now. You are on the move. Thank you, my dear, for your Facebook question. Who else do we have here?
She was actually in Miami, so she's got to come visit us soon.
Come visit us here. Maybe you're moving to West Palm. Come on up, baby. That's a new city. Who else do we have?
I have Jeanette Taylor asking, what can you see with my residence, stay or move?
Jeanette Taylor, I think you've been feeling the itching to move. But I also feel like, and I know we're going to go through some interesting fluxes in the housing market, and we're going to go through some interesting fluxes in the financial markets. It's just going to be part of the residue from this experience. So if you're feeling like you want to move, you need to time it just right in your residence. And if the market is not bearing what will leave you in a great place, then wait. And I'm actually being pushed to tell you, wait till almost feels like spring, like a year from now, to actually decide to make a move. I feel like now may not be the best time. You may not land in the best fashion financially if you make your move now. But I do feel move will come from your residence. So for now we're staying, but next year opens up possibilities for move. Thank you so much for your Facebook question. You know, I want to draw everyone's attention. We're all locked up anyhow, right? So Tuesday night, we put together a class, right?
You made me laugh with, we're all home, right?
We're all home. We're all here. We're all hanging out. We're not home, but I could be home. Matter of fact, we're going to set up to broadcast from my house real soon, so I want you all to look for that. Oh, there's a story behind that, but we won't tell you that whole story, but that'll be interesting. But anyway, we have a class coming up Tuesday night. And during this time, no better time, you know, I mean, we have people asking questions, like you're feeling prompted, do I change city? Is now a time to move, change my residence? Is now a time to find a new job, even though the workplaces are out of sorts right now? People are asking questions. Do I become self-employed? If you're asking the question, there's a part of you in your knowing that already knows the answer. In the question is the answer. The fact that we ask a question is showing us there's something that requires looking at. So we put together a class called Tapping Into Your Inner Knowing, how to connect to your inner knowing. Here it is. We want to tap in and tune into that inner knowing, and it's Tuesday night. It's from 7:30 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time. If you're not available at that time to watch the class, after the class airs, once it gets uploaded, you will receive the link. It's usually the very next day. You will receive the link, and you will be able to watch the class. If you want to know that your guidance is spot on, if you want to build a connection with your guidance, if you want, when you come to someone like myself or anyone who advises you, whether they're a coach, whether they're a spiritual leader, and you want to know that you're asking a question that you believe you already know the answer, but you're looking for confirmation, which is ideally all I'm supposed to be for people. I'm not telling you this is what you do. I'm here to instill upon you that you hold the answers and to nudge you in the direction when you feel that fear or that imbalance or uncertainty. So, take this class. It's only $7. There's no code, there's nothing. We made it a flat $7, nice and affordable for you to sit in your house, learn, and those of you who want to open up your spirituality, I invite you to be a part of this class. I know it's going to be a powerful hour and a half or so. We always go a little bit more. Time for you to learn and grow, and we're going to tune you into that connectivity. So take our class, and then we also have another class coming up a week from Thursday, so I need to know what that date is. I don't know what day it is. We have another class that's coming up. We'll put that link there as well. It is the power of decrees and prayer. If there was ever a time to learn how to tap into the energy of prayer for manifestation, for creation, to shift energy, to use your words, your power, your decrees, when you say I am, when you command the energy in your life, this is the time. And we are going to be airing that class, and that too is only going to be $7, because we know we're all in this kind of weird space, and we want to support you the best we can. I want to give information. I want to give out content. I want to assist you. You know, I've been doing this for 13 and a half years here, over 20 years, but I've been teaching here since about 2011. I've been teaching, 2010, right around that time. So it's 10 years of wisdom and knowledge and learning that I have received from the master teachers and the angels. So we have this power. What is that date for that class? April 9th. So we've got a class coming up this coming Tuesday, which is the 31st, yes? And then we've got a class April 9th. Both only $7. The links are there. We're still kind of putting up the information on our back ends for our class, but you can register for the one on April 9th. The information is ready and accessible for you for Tuesday night's class. I do hope you join us and grow your spirit. There's no better time to grow your spirit than right now. Who else do we have here?
Next.
That was a mouthful. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh.
I was like, is she going to keep going? I was waiting a second. I was like, here we go. Is she going to throw another class on me like this?
Well, you know, I wake up and I go, we'll do a class. And then I just start going, we're going to do a class this day. This is what the class is. And then you have to watch people scramble.
Yeah.
I'm like, and we've got to get the information out. So like Helena doesn't even have a pretty little JPEG yet. Like
That's what I'm saying. I don't even have a picture made.
I know. She was sitting here and I'm like, oh, by the way, we're doing a class on Thursday. She's like, what class are we doing? I'm like, by the way, you know, like, we can't go anywhere anyhow, so we're going to do a class. And she's like, whatever, Sarah, whatever, whatever. All right, what do we got?
I like when you throw me around like that. Keeps
Whatever.
me on my toes.
Whatever.
I got Lars Lawson.
Lars Lawson. Oh, yes. Welcome, Lars Lawson.
Should I stay at my current job or move on to something new?
Lars Lawson. My goodness, my goodness, my goodness. Lars Lawson. For now, I'm going to tell you to stay. Something new will come for you in September. September is going to be a good opening for you. Right now, we are getting ready to expand. Your birthday is going to, well, kind of be like, wah, wah. It's going to be a little weird birthday because we're going to be just getting back to normal, hopefully, by the time your birthday comes around. I hope, I think. And so you're going to be kind of getting back in the saddle, so to speak. And you've been starting to think of some new ideas, thinking a little bigger. And I feel like there's an opportunity that offers you expansion, promotion, elevation coming for you. And I would see that on or around the September time of 2020. And by then, phew, guys, we'll be almost done with this year. So anyone want 2019 back? How about 2017? Give me something, Lord. Give me something, because this 2020, man, this is a experience for the records. You know, our children and our children's children are going to be hearing how special we were when we dealt through this. So we're going to make the history books, guys. All right, what do we got going on? Lars, make your change. It'll come in after September, around September. Who else we got?
Next, I have Terry Coretta on YouTube.
Terry, welcome YouTube. Thank you.
She says, my business model as end-of-life doula requires close contact with others, which I love. Will I be able to recalibrate a new way to do my work in this new distancing environment?
I don't believe distancing is going to stay a part of our experience. We are people. We're human, but we have this animal instinct. We need to touch. We need to feel. You ever see little kittens or dogs? They all cuddle up together. So we're not going to be socially distanced forever. We will have a better awareness. Some of us may look at crowds a little differently. It'll be a different way of being. And so, Terry, I believe you'll be able to offer your service via some type of video or Skype that you'll be able to have presented. Maybe there'll be a camera or on you and a video conferencing gadget next to the person that you're working with. But that will only be in some cases where it's preference. But otherwise, I feel like once we get through this awkward period, you're going to go back. You know, I want everyone to really give thought and consideration. And I'm not trying to be morbid here, but there are people who have contracted this virus or are in the hospital for another reason, and there's nobody there to hold their hand when they cross to the light and are greeted by their loved ones and their angels. Like, wrap your head around that. There's nobody there to show them love and empathy. And as they're exiting the human body, which can be scary for some, that transition, there's no one to say, it's okay, we love you, we had a great life, we'll always remember you, but you can go, it's okay to go. They don't have anybody there right now. There are people who are dying by themselves. And you know, it reminded me, and I thought of this earlier today, and thank you, Terry, for your question, and it's not going to change drastically. So you may come up with some creative moves to make it easier for those who wish. But I thought about this morning. We come into the world pretty much by ourselves, and then we're greeted by humans. And then we leave the world by ourselves, and we're greeted by angels. Actually, the angel greeting seems a little better. Because when you come into the world as a human, as a baby, the first thing they do is slap you on the butt. So I don't know how that's feeling. When we go to the angels, it's this love and reconnection, this unification, this oneness. We're unified. So we live our life with people, but we come in by ourselves and we leave by ourselves. But we've become conditioned as humans to have, you know, we've got that village mentality. So we've had that. So Terry, your work is actually probably going to become more important and better because people are going to remember these times when people transition by themselves, and they're going to say, I don't want that for my relative. I don't want that for myself. I want someone to be there with me, someone who's trained, someone who's going to help me remember the energy of the crossing from the physical perspective and carry this beautiful energy of my last moments on earth to the other side. So Terry, you couldn't be poised for a better position right now. So get a little creative, but it will be good. Thank you, Terry, and I believe you and I might have, I don't know, I know you've been on our feed. I don't know if we've met, but thank you so much for your Facebook feed. Who else do we have?
Next, I want to go to Marlena Crow.
Marlena Crow.
She says, Sarah, I can't seem to let go of my angry feelings towards my upstairs neighbor. She's been bullying us and demeaning me since January. How can Marlena let go?
Let it go. I'm telling you, let it go. Tell her, talk to the hand. She's hooking into, you're not feeling good enough and worthy for the space you have. You're not feeling good enough, whole enough, pretty enough. You're being trapped by the comparing mind. She's comparing you to whomever else or to herself and making herself be superior, which she is not. And you're allowing it. So how can you let go of the angry feelings? Honey, This experience is not even about her. It is about you, yes, you, learning to love you. You're embracing your beauty. You're embracing the gifts that God gave you. You went from a hot mess to something that was miraculous. And Spirit told you it was coming right here in this Facebook feed. So we're not going to let some yip yap, bully dog, bark, 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 and disrupt your inner peace. This is your time to master your thoughts and your emotions, and she has no power. And I don't care if you have to say, get behind me, Satan. Devil, you have no power here. I am the conquering power in and around everything I do. Therefore, I am God in motion. I don't care what decree you have heard me say over these months and year of information we've given you. Pick through the Facebook feeds, re-listen to them, write down your own little journal, and when she acts up, don't pay attention. You are the conquering power of God and the authority of God, and honey, she ain't got any power over you. So she can, as far as I'm concerned, talk to the hand, because she is not meant to hook into you, and you're giving your power away. Control yourself, honey. You are in a good place, and this is an opportunity for you to build a new, better life for yourself because you received a blessing. Don't let some bully take your blessing away. Thank you so much, Marlena Crow, for your Facebook feed and question and always following us here. Thank you so much. Who else do we have?
Next, I have Lakeisha Garner Thomas. She's asking what big thing is going to happen for her between now and May of 2020.
What big thing? Dun, 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 dun. I don't know, I'm thinking of the movie Big. Dun, 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 dun. So I see here, there's a couple of good things coming down the pike for you, actually, Lakeisha Gardner. One of the things I see here is there's some strong human connection, personal connection, something that's going to come together with a person coming for you. And I also feel as if there's some financial monies coming. I don't necessarily want to link it to career. I actually feel like it's some money that comes to you. So I want you to look out for that. I think, what is that emoji there she's got? What is that?
Hands up.
Oh, prayers, yeah. You've created this for yourself. We pray. We are gathered together to pray. So happiness is coming for you. And I feel like everything you were asking for is coming together. And I've got this energy of connection with a person and money, financial abundance as well. Thank you, Lakeisha Gardner Thomas, for your Facebook question. Thank you. Who else do we have?
Next, I have Sarah Makia.
Hey, Sarah Makia.
She says she feels her mother heavily on the other side. Could you perhaps assist her in receiving a message of comfort from her? She's got her mother's birthday there, too.
Yeah. So, Sarah, the first thing that I'm made aware of is that there was a song that went like, look what they've done to my song, Ma. And I keep seeing you going, look what they've done, Ma. Look at the world. Like, your mom's trying to give you comfort here. And I feel like Sarah Makaya, that she came to you in a dream state to give you comfort, or you felt her hug you, or there's a physical connection with her. She is letting you know that everything's going to be all right, and everything that you need provided is going to be provided. You're going through a major transition of change for yourself, and she's wanting you to know that you're brave enough, strong enough to follow the path that you're on for yourself, for career and life. And you're strong enough to take care of others, because I feel like you're responsible or looking out for others. She's saying something about a brother. I don't know if you have a brother, but there's someone who's a brother or brother-like around you. So she's supporting you in all of that. And as you ask her for assistance, she's going to give you assistance. I feel like her passing, when we lose someone, it really rocks our world. But for a while, it took the joy out of your life. And You didn't know how you were going to really live without her. And now she's encouraging you to bring the joy of your life back, and she wants joy to come back. And this is something that is really a powerful time for you. And I will tell you that she will definitely be close to you in these summer months as well, because I feel like there's your birthday, but there's other birthdays or celebrations or anniversary of something coming up in the summer months. So I just want you to know that she's going to be there with you for that too. Thank you, Sarah Makia. Look what they've done to the world, Mom. And Mom's telling you, honey, it's going to be okay. All right. Thank you so much. Who else do we have?
Next, I have Jan Orsini. She says, I'm a single mother and widow trying to stay healthy and keep myself and my son safe. Do things look positive in my situation? Difficult going it alone in these times.
Yeah, it's not easy to do this on your, it's not easy to do this even with the support of family and friends, but to do it on your own, then you're really not on your own, my dear. You are with God, and God and the angels are going to network you to put you in the front of the right people, the right resources, so that everything will be okay. Jeannie Orsini, I was going to say Jeannie Orsini, you will be able to keep yourself and your son safe, and there's going to be support. You're going to be surprised. People are going to step up and assist you through this time, and you will be okay. So thank you so much for your Facebook question. God is definitely with you, my dear, and it's going to be a powerful time for you. So thank you so much. Who else do we have, Helena?
Next, I have Magda up in New York. She says she has a pre-existing condition of diabetes and high blood pressure, and she's alone in New York. She only goes out for food shopping. Do you see her being okay? She meditates, but she's feeling anxious.
Feeling anxious is a normal feeling right now. So, and to be in New York, we understand that too. You know, I, having grown up in New York State, suburbs of New York, right outside the city, yeah, I can feel it. I see the angst when they show the pictures. I'm feeling the feelings. You know, I know your mayor, your governor, they're all doing the best they can for all of you and assisting you. And it is good that you only go out for food shopping, and the minimal trips that you make at this time is important too. And that's going to be especially over the next 3 weeks for you. But I do feel like you will be okay. I do feel that you're keeping your diabetes managed. Make sure you make the right food choices during this stressful time, because there's stress eating. Oh my God, there's all these foods that we can think about now. I'm like, oh, but don't give in to that. It's really important you stay to your diet, meditate, and the anxious feeling is going to dissipate when you tune in and tap into God. And actually, we're going to give you all something to tune in and tap into God, not just my class, but we're going to give you a little meditation and something right here tonight to kind of put everybody in the right frequency of love and light, so we're not all out of whack, because we're out of whack. You will be fine, my dear. Keep us posted, and we send everyone in New York State, especially the city, much, much love during this very difficult time. I know many cities and states are going through tremendous difficulties. We are here in South Florida, for those of you who don't know where I am. And, you know, it's not easy. It's not easy. And, you know, you see these numbers and you're like, oh, my God. Just hold on. There's no comparing this to any experience we've ever had. It's not the flu. It's different. So we don't know what to expect. But what you need to know is that God is with you. You are protected. And God's got this. When we, mankind, don't have an answer, the only thing you can do is give up, which I don't see anybody really doing, or give it to God. So you're going to have to just let God handle this. Who else do we have?
Sorry, I was just looking at the feed there.
We got some good feed, right?
Yeah, Sarah Maki was just giving us some confirmation about her mom being in her dreams.
Good, good. Thank you, Sarah, for that confirmation. And you know, if you enjoyed that message, Sarah Maki, if you haven't gone to my Facebook page, SarahSpiritual, and drop us a review, that would be great. If you could, give us a little review and just let people know that we are here to be of assistance to everyone, and that you enjoyed your exchange and experience with us here in this feed. I greatly appreciate that. Who else do we have?
Next, I have Ampa. She's worried about her son Christian. He lost his job and quit school before the health crisis. She'd like to know if he will find his way back to be driven and fine in life.
You know, your son, kind of intuitive, he kind of knows things. I really feel, Ampa, that your son was kind of feeling the need to pull back from life, and that this setback is going to give him a chance to, he's got to chill. He blooms at his own time. He doesn't think and act the way you do. You've got a very driven mind, intellectual mind, and very precise, and do it this way and it'll work, and logical. That's not his persona. That's not who he is. And your son could be his own worst enemy, his own worst critic. So he has to use this time to be with himself and love self, and he will find an area. I don't know if the complete school experience is for Christian. I feel like he needs to find an area of speciality and see if he could just train or school for that. That would probably serve him better. I think he's got this attitude, I don't need all that other stuff. So let's see what he can come up with that makes him feel excited over these next 2 months. Keep us posted, and I'm sure his losing his job is a blow, but people will lose jobs, but there will be other jobs that will come up, and of course these same companies that had to let people go and lay off people, they will need to hire back somebody. They can't run themselves, so people will get their jobs back as well. Thank you so much. Who else do we have?
Next, I have Tina Calloway. She's experiencing sensations of touch on her body, and no physical being is with her. Who's touching her? And it's like a hand's clasping her on the waist, and even a kiss on the forehead, a grasp on the shoulder.
Actually, Tina, I want to place that. I kind of place that in a male energy, Tina Calloway. Makes me feel as if it's like a father, grandfather energy, someone that was dear to you energetically, and they just want you to know, there's like nothing better than when someone kisses you on the forehead. It's such affection and compassion and love. It's like unconditional love. And someone just trying to kind of grab you and let you know, I'm here, I'm holding you. No matter what's going on in the world, I've got you. I place it in father, grandfather energy. Hopefully that resonates with you and connects. But I feel like it is not an angel. It is a being of physical being that has crossed over into the other side, a loved one who's bringing it. It's a male energy. Thank you so much, Tina Calloway, for that great question. Thank you so much. Who else do we have here?
Next, I have Lena. Lena's looking to move to another city and state that is of a higher energy. Do you have any ideas of a particular state?
Interested to know where you do live, Lena, if you are on right now, but I can tell you, let me see here. This is a perfect time. You need to have something that has a lot, not a busy place, but a place that has a diversification, cultural things. You need something with spiritual energy. I could place you in New Mexico. I could place you in the mountains of North Carolina. I could place you possibly here in a particular part of Florida, but I would say the northern part of the state, not all the way up, but somewhere north of, not in South Florida, but more North Florida. And something interesting, depending on your guides, something interesting with Tennessee is popping up. But I'm in New Mexico, I'm in northern part, maybe near Asheville, North Carolina, or somewhere more mountainous. And northern Florida would be good for you as well. I don't want to see you in a lot of density, because I know that you need to be connected to people for work, but I also don't want to see you in a lot of density like a big city. I want to see you on the outside of a city of wherever you go. Do we know where she is now?
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Okay. So Oklahoma's not a bad place. Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plain. Okay, I'll stop singing now. Okay, great. So that's where I see you. Keep me posted. Let me know where you end up, or come on down and visit us here in Florida. I'd love to have you. Who else do we have?
Next, I'm going to Gina May. Got a love question. What you see for her and her husband?
Love shack, baby, love shack. That's what I see. I see love. We didn't use our love cards at all. What do I see for you and your husband? I got my love cards. We're going to take 2 cards. We've been just channeling these messages so much, because apparently we got a lot of spirit guides in the building, so I can't just be playing with cards when I got spirit guides talking to my ear, because they're like, put the cards down, Sarah Spiritual. You do not need to be reading that when we're talking to you. So for you and your husband, Gina May, I see deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. Ooh, there you go. Take a look at that. Let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. So I feel like you and your husband need to build this relationship between you, but give each other your personal space and do things together. I feel like we need to go back to dating. So I think you need to ask your husband out on a date. Honey, would you like to go on a date with me to the living room? Cook a little dinner, have a little wine and cheese, have a party. Thank you so much for your Facebook question. Who else do we have?
I've been thinking of date ideas for myself. Take myself on a date in the living room.
Yourself on a date in the living room. Yeah. I'm going to have a date with Cleopatra when I go back home, because she's going to be like, where were you? We have to put up, do you have Cleopatra's picture?
I should get one. But I actually want to put up Joe Thorne's question. Any insight regarding the business transaction he's currently seeking to close?
A little more bump and then it's done, my dear. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, it's close, it's almost done. I feel like there's something that might slow it up. I don't know if it's a result of this disease that's going on or if it's just a paperwork thing. But you need to close this deal, and this deal will close, Joe. I just feel like maybe something kind of went a little weird for a minute, but it's going to straighten right back up. Joe, we give you much energy and support in this deal, because I know this is important to close the door, and I feel like there's been a lot of naysayers and disappointing energy around this, and was a little difficult, but I feel like now as we're getting everyone on the same page, you should be able to get it closed, and things should come soon. Thank you so much, Joe Thorne, for your Facebook question. Who else do we have?
Next, I have Lourdes Sanchez. She says, as an apprentice of yours, I have a sense of calm and know we will get through this. She's made some tough decisions about her business and know it was the right thing to do. And that said, when is my breakthrough and recovery month?
I'm ready for a breakthrough for you, my dear. And I'm going to say July is a really important breakthrough time for you. I know that's not tomorrow, but I say July. I feel like you go through this resurgence in July, renewed vigor, enthusiasm, and a lot of purpose, power, and passion. And I actually kind of feel you reinventing yourself a bit in July. So you're going to kind of step into a different way of being, a different way of doing things, and you're going to move yourself forward. So get ready, girl, because you're going to be busy. And thank you so much for joining us in our apprentice program. It's an honor to have you with our other apprentices. I truly love having you. Everyone, I do hope you join us for our class on Tuesday night. We're going to pop the link in. It's only $7. We want to connect to the inner knowing. And then we have a class on April 9th, which is the power of prayer and decrees and how to shift and change energy. We're going to be using that as a tool to help you command the energy and shift whatever the reality is that's appearing in your life. We're going to teach you how. So first we're going to learn how to tap in and tune in and how to be a part of the energy. And then we're going to learn how to, on April 9th, how to claim the energy, move the energy, decree the energy, pray, and how to pray. I am floored at how many people say, I pray. I pray. What you praying for? I pray. I don't know what you're praying. Because that prayer ain't the angels are like, well, cancel that order. What was that? You got to know how to pray. Because we all get real good when we're like, Lord, save my sorry butt. Then we're like, oh, God, help me. That's not how you pray. You want to pray with this content, peaceful feeling, this sense of calm, this knowing, and you need to know what to ask, and how to direct the energy. Because when you are connecting to God, you're actually connecting to the God within you. And we're going to teach you how to use that powerful prayer time to be creative, manifest, to direct energy, to shift energy. It's going to be a powerful class. I know it's going to be a powerful class. So I hope you join us April 9th. I hope you join us this Tuesday night, the 31st. I'm committed to keep going. You know, we're converting different things we're doing here that we did physically in the center. So it's made my schedule a little screwy. And so there's a part of me that's going, well, shoot, I want to eat popcorn and watch Netflix. Half the world is locked up in their room. But I'm not giving in to that right now because I got stuff to do. And we are on a roll here, connecting and shifting consciousness. And if there's ever a time for me to get on my platform or get on my soapbox and toot my horn, now's the time. So I'm going to keep keeping on as long as the good Lord keeps me. So we are here for you. And we're going to bring in some new energy for everybody. We're going to tap in, tune in, and get our energy going. We're going to create some prayer words here and some energy. Got my singing bowl, so whoo. Yep, I'm reading the feed here. Got some good stuff. So Suzanne Harvey said, your life purpose fully supports you. That definitely feel this time is affording us an opportunity to live life purpose. We definitely have an opportunity to live life purpose. Absolutely. Absolutely. We got a purpose. We got a passion. We're going to make it happen. The whole world feels like it's crumbling down. But it's not. It's not. We are strong. We are citizens of the planet. Pop it in the feed. I want to hear from you. Say, I am a citizen of the planet. Because we are. I am a citizen of the planet. We have so many powerful tools that are going to be coming to you over these next few months that I don't have time for a pandemic. And neither do you. This is the time that you've been asking for. This is the time that you're like, I wish I had more time. I wish I could be with my family. I wish I had time to write my book. I wish I had time to practice my music, study for my test. I wish. For some of you, you have time. And for those of you who are busier than ever, and I'm going to take this moment right here, right now, those of you who are medical care professionals, are nurses, are doctors, those of you who are our mental health care professionals, I applaud you. Bravo. Those of you who are emergency services personnel, those of you who are policemen or firemen, are EMTs, I applaud you. I thank you. Those of you who are leaders of the country, of our cities, of our states, of our towns, I applaud you. It's a tough gig you've got. And it's not about who believes in whose political opinion. Doesn't matter what side of the fence you're on politically right now. It's a tough job. And tough decisions are being made every single day. And they are life or death decisions. But you, my friends, can make decisions in your inner knowing and know what's right for you and bypass a lot of the BS. I'm serious. It's not about pointing fingers right now. It's thanking the people who are there for you. It's thanking the people who stock the shelves in the grocery stores. It's being nice to each other. If there's only one case of something, someone buy it and say, meet me in the parking lot, I'll give you half. Do what you've got to do to help each other. If you know that there's a single mom. We had a girl who's a single mom. She's a widow. She's got a son. Is she going to be okay? She's doing it alone. If you know you've got a single mom down the street and you're opening your freezer and you've got a lot, they may not have extra money because she may be working to just cover this week and maybe she has for next week. But what is she going to do the following week? And even though there's something coming possibly for most Americans to help us financially, not everyone in the world has their country doing that for them. Not everybody has that. Be grateful. But if you have and someone doesn't have, then think of your fellow man. Lend him a helping hand. Put a little love in your heart. Put love in your heart. Put something together to help someone. If you've got 14 boxes of pasta, take a box, take a jar of sauce, grab something else, knock on the door, leave the bag there, and walk towards the driveway and say, there you go, I thought of you, I hope that helps. If everybody did that for one person in their neighborhood, the whole world would change. We would be in a much better place. Well, we're going to open up to our healing. We're going to make the shift. I want to see I am a citizen of the planet. I am. Say I am. I am, I am, I am. Kindness matters. Be the change. Yes, indeed. And we're going to take this. I am a citizen of the planet. I am a being of light. I am, say I am. I open up the sources of light, the healing energy of Archangel Raphael and his legion of angels, and I call upon the energy of the Ascended Masters for transformation here and now, and we're going to send it out into the world. We're going to send it out into the world so that all that require healing, a person, a city, a state, a country, we're going to send that healing out. And we're going to say, I am the healer. I am the conduit of God's healing energy. And all together, take your hands and place them out into the world and send it out. Send the energy out into the world and send the healing energy and create the energy of healing around the city, the state that's in your vision, in your mind, and send that out and say, I am. I am the conduit of healing energy. I summon the angels. I summon Archangel Raphael. I summon the legion of angels here and now to come before us and put the healing upon our planet, to touch the head of every mankind, every individual on this planet, and to heal right now, to infuse us with an energetic frequency that nothing that is less than divine perfected health can adhere to our physical body, can adhere to our physical being. We are infusing our bodies with light here and now. We are open and receptive to receive the healing of Archangel Raphael right here, right now. Receive it now. And say, I am in divine health. I am in divine healing. I am. I am one with the light. I am one with love. I am, I am, I am. I am one. I am the all-present energy of God in motion. I am. My heart center is the power center of my life, and I infuse every area with of my life with love. I infuse every aspect of my life with love. I infuse everyone who comes in my 6-mile radius, never mind my 6-foot radius, my 6-mile radius with my divine love. And I send it out into the world. And in the power that I am, knowing that I'm a conduit of love, a power of love, I am the power of love. I'm going to send it out into the planet now so that each person looks out for another. And I'm going to send the energy, and I'm going to be in gratitude. I'm going to be in gratitude for the breath of life that I have at this moment. I cannot go back in time and make a change, and I cannot see the future, because in this moment of now, I am in this moment of gratitude, peace, love, and light. And in that energy of knowing of peace, love, and light, I already know that which I cannot see, that is coming to me in the future, that which I do not know, I already know in my knowing, so I am in peace, and I do not need to know it in my human intellectual mind. I do not need a plan for everything, because everything is in divine order no matter what I choose, and all the pieces will fall together beautifully when I make a choice in my divine life, and I say I am. I am that I am, 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 and I claim this power, I claim this beauty, I claim this light, and I embrace God's love here and now. And I know that I am safe, and I pray. I pray for the families. I pray for those who assist us, our doctors. We pray for our medical professionals. We pray for our medical health professionals. We pray for our police, our firemen. We pray for our governments. This is not a time to go on a side of a fence and pick a fence. This is a time that we pray for the governments to come together. Not just one leader of one country, all the countries come together, because we are citizens of the planet and we claim that energy, we choose that energy, we are open and receptive to that energy, and we are love and we are light. And as we take the breath of life and we say, I am, we open up for the healing tones of the soul. And as we open up to the healing tones of the soul, we take a nice breath. We breathe in. Oh, I am, I am, I am. I am love and I am peace. I am joy and I am love. I am, I am, I am, I am. Oh, I am one. We are one with all that is, one that is love and light. We are. I am. I am. We are love and light, hope and joy, peace and eternity. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. We are one. We are one. We are one. I am a citizen of the planet. I am a being of this world, of this galaxy. I am. All is well. All shall be in oneness with divine energy. I am, we are. I am love, I am light, I am. I am love, I am light, I am. I am. I am love, I am peace, I am health, I am healing here and now. I am, we are. I am a citizen of this planet now. There is no divide, there is no difference. We are one. I am. I am. I am. I am. We are. I am. I am a citizen of the planet. We are citizens of the planet. Together, we are one. Together, we will overcome this. We are united. Share the light. Share the love. Share the page. Join me Tuesday night. Connect to your inner knowing. Join me April 9th. Visit my website, SarahSpiritual.com. Let's collect the collective consciousness and pool into one and recognize that we don't stand alone, we stand together. That we are citizens of this planet. We have chosen an important mission, and each one of us is significant in this journey. There is no insignificance. We are all journeying this together because we can do it. We shall overcome. As always, it is an honor, a pleasure, a privilege to be connected to all of you. We are today broadcasting live from the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. From my heart to yours, stay well, be safe, put a little love in your heart, because together we will continue to move through this. Together we are one. I am a citizen of the planet. I hope you are too. God bless you. Good night. Oh, and I am Sarah Spiritual.
There's a light that shines down upon me, and there's a light that brightens up my day. There's a light leading the way. Oh, there's a light. There's a light, there's a light that opens doors for everyone. Oh, there's a light that touches hearts. There's a light to open everyone to love. Love may hold the answer we are looking for. Love may open up another door of light. Oh, there's a light. Oh, there's a light. Open up in everyone. Can you feel it? There's a light to change the world. Won't you be a part of the light? Oh, love, it is the answer now, and we can see love. There's a light, there's a light that shines in there's a light that shines inside of you. There's a light in me and you. Oh,